What's up, everybody? What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jeremy Speaks, and I'm coming at y'all again today with another video. And this video is going to be my review for Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 7, Episode 1. Y'all, I could not wait to come and review this show. Real Housewives of Potomac does it every single season. Every single season after, they added, Candace on. But they deliver consistently. It's crazy how Potomac is the new supreme of the Real Housewives shows. Like, they just tower over. You know what I'm saying? So y'all just chill with me and let me talk to you, okay? So first thing first, I want to preface this by saying anybody battling or suffering from cancer, or who may be in the potential of having cancer, you have my thoughts and my prayers. Okay, that's the first thing I want to say, because that to me was a big center of what this first episode was about. All right, so the first scene that we go to is basically all the OG housewives from this franchise. They go and they have a picnic. It's Ashley, Robin, Giselle, and Karen. And they start speculating about, Mia's health post. Giselle feels that they're like, look at me, look at me, look at me. Karen is feeling a little bit indifferent towards it, but she's saying that it may be weird, but let's hear her out. At this point, walks up, Robin. Robin is looking good this first episode. Like, Robin, this red hair, Robin, this is you. It really brings out her femininity, if that makes any sense. Not, maybe she don't want to be feminine though, but I'm saying that it softens a lot of her features. Not saying that Robin is not like a pretty girl, because she's gorgeous, but I'm saying that her features can come across a little bit harsh, but the red hair balances it out. You know what I'm saying? So I think that is a color that she needs to stay with, and her outfits was on point, from the houndstooth suit that she wore at the spring bling, or the spring into spring party, whatever you want to call it, to the print pattern that she had, like the oversized shirt with the matching leggings. I was like, she is doing it for me this season. I don't know, y'all. I never really had an issue with Robin. I personally like her. I know that I don't like her when she's in combination with Giselle. But outside of that, I can definitely see the great parts that is Robin. And I feel like Robin is straightforward. She's blunt. She's honest. And she's concise about whatever she feels. It's no talking behind your back when you get to Robin. Now, Giselle, that's another story. But basically, they all start speculating and things like that. Then Ashley comes. They start to get into Ashley's business. And Ashley explains that, that she is indeed preparing to get divorced. And at this point, Giselle is asking, like, well, what happened? Like, what made you want to, take this big of a step? And she said that they drifted apart. She said that he wants threesomes. He want a coochie there, a penis over here, booty hole right there. And I'm not about that life anymore. I got kids. She's changed. She's not that girl who she was before she had a child. And if y'all think about this, I literally make this a point to talk about, in a lot of the videos like I have for Bell Collective, the fact that after women, get pregnant and they have their children, they go through another mental maturing, like a baby brings out another side of them. And sometimes it's not the same for the father. And I'm not going to say some, I'm going to say a lot of times it's not the same for the father. But they are in the same headspace and they get upset with the woman because she's moved past that point. She's not exactly the woman who you had met when you had first met her. After the baby, she turns into a whole new woman. You know what I'm saying? So it seems that he wants that fun time girl who would be down for the cause, DTF. down the, and it doesn't really seem that that's what Michael is really interested in at this point. Michael wants somebody who can slow down, grab the wall, jiggle like they trying to make that thing fall off, or he looking for a beefcake like Juan, but I just don't think that he was looking forward to like slowing his life down and raising kids and being like a regular family. I don't think that that's what he wanted, especially because he's older in his age. He's already moved past that point. He wants, just to have a good time, right? Shirley says, Ashley better get herself an attorney or Michael will run all over her. And that is definitely true. I definitely believe that. And she sound dumb as hell not to be getting no damn lawyer. I don't know what Ashley's plan is. I don't know. I like to think that Ashley is very intelligent. She doesn't peg me as somebody who is dumb. So I figured that all of this is a part of some either grand plot or a scheme to get his money. Maybe it was something in the contract for the prenup that she did not, look at, but now it's coming across that she is conflicted. Maybe she even wants to stay with him. I don't know. But I think we'll get into that as we continue this review, okay? Now, let's move forward. So she then explains that they're buying a house together underneath an LLC. She says that they have, they've been looking at places. She really wants a house. And at this point, Karen, Giselle, everybody that's watching the damn show is confused because we're like, how are you sitting here saying that you're divorcing this man, but you're literally about to buy a house with him? But she's trying to make it seem like, oh, it's not with him. It's just underneath our partnered LLC. But at the end of the day, if you guys both own parts of the LLC, then that means that he is going to have some type of ownership of this place. I'm just trying to figure out, maybe she's trying to get him to buy the house and then he's going to have to give it to her as a part of the divorce settlement after after they get through all of the different things that she wants, talking to the judge and the attorneys. I feel like maybe that's something that she's trying to do. Other than that, I'm not really sure her methodology and how she's going about this. So, and if you're not sure about you getting a divorce, and if you're not sure if you want to do this or not, then why even bring it up? You might as well not even talk about it, right? Like, if you're so conflicted that you're going to buy a house with this man just to see how it plays out, then to proceed with the divorce if that's not something that works for the two of you. I feel like that's what she's trying to do, honestly. Like Karen said, I think that she's trying to basically work the system and play her cards smart and get the things that she wants out of Michael. And she knows a divorce is a good thing to have that happen. She says updated as of the what do you call it? Watch What Happens Live. She said that they are in a place of separation still. She says that it's 6 months left, and then after that 6 months, she's going to be going forward with the divorce. And I'm just wondering, is she going to try to take ownership of this house? And I feel like that's exactly what she's going to do. And I wouldn't be mad at her about that. I feel like Ashley plays dumb a lot. I feel like she's playing dumb too. I feel like what she's doing is very calculated. Or it could be just very stupid. But honestly, I don't like Ashley does not peg me for the type that's going to play these type of games. She knows what she's doing. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely feel like it's some type of method to what she's what she's thinking, right? But Giselle says, it's no way that you get in a divorce. You're lying to me because you're like, I would not go and get a house with Jamal after I divorced Jamal. That makes no sense. And that is true. But the thing is that maybe she's not telling y'all everything she has to about the contractual agreement. And maybe she's trying to bypass some things. Ashley, I see you. I don't think you're dumb. I don't think you're dumb. I just don't think you're telling us the full story. I don't think you're telling us the full truth. But anyway, so the next scene that we go to is Karen says that she wants to throw a spring into spring party. So she unfolds like this whack invitation, and she does like a little singing thing, and she says that she wants to do a spring to spring party for everybody to come together and for the questions to be asked towards Mia about her post about her having cancer and things of that nature. Shout out to Martell. And they're going to go forward with that. So after we move from that scene, the next scene that we go to is Candace and Chris. So they're walking into a doctor's office, and we come to find that Candace is thinking about freezing her eggs. She feels that she's getting older and she's doing so much career wise that, she might not have enough time to like have a baby, and basically she's going to like do preparatory work to make sure that that's a possibility in the future. So she's going to come and try to freeze her eggs, but the problem is you can freeze your eggs, but you have to have eggs to give. So what she's going to do is go through an IVF thing. Now what happens at this point is that the doctor is basically telling them that they'll need to have a consistent time coming in. Like you can't come 1 week and then miss another week, because that's going to defeat the purpose of everything happening, right? So then after this point, she looks at Chris and she says, well, this is going to be an issue for you because you don't have a consistent schedule. You're not even off for 2 days consistently a week. And he says, yes, I am. She says, no, you're not. And she feels that it's going to be a source of contention, the fact that his schedule is so inconsistent that it may not be a support for him to come and like do the IVF with her. And they go through that, that she's going for it with it. They end up going to the car. Now in the car they say that they hungry and things like that. Then it kind of boils back into the argument that they started to have in front of the doctor when it comes to the consistent schedule. She says, all I want you to do is be able to come home, 2 days out of the week consistently. And he's saying that it's not my fault. I cannot control when somebody does a job. I'm not the one in control here. I work there just like everybody else does. And when we get a job and we have to cook is when we have to cook, and how long we have to cater and do the things that we need to do is how long we have to do them. I don't have any control of that. And he's cussing. And then she says, please stop fucking cussing at me. And then at this point, he says, well, you're not listening. And she says, I hear what the F you're saying, but I'm saying that I don't care because you're not consistent. So at the end of the day, you're not going to be able to be a support system for me going through this because you're not going to be able to be there consistently. And that's the whole premise of the argument. What about that are you not understanding? She's not saying that she doesn't understand that you have work. She's saying that maybe you should go try to find something more consistent if you want a baby in the future. And to me, that made perfect sense. Like, so I wonder, like, I just cannot imagine Candace having a child. I can't. I don't know. Maybe it's gonna happen in the future. And when they had went to her confessional and they were asking, are you ready to have a kid? Like, when do you feel like you're gonna have one? She says, Wednesdays, I often think I want to have a kid. And then, Thursdays, I think about all of the things that I want to do. I want to be in a movie role. I want to do this album. I want to go on tour. And I can't do both at the same time. So I'm often very conflicted. Like, I just have a hard time staying in one space. And I completely understand, because that's a big commitment. Giving your life away to a child is a big ass commitment. You got this. It's basically living with a homeless best friend. You got to cook, you got to clean, you got to do every damn thing. And then they just sit there and eat. And sometimes they don't even respect what you're doing. So at the end of the day, I can understand her hesitance into doing this. On top of that, I know that she's a little bit hesitant probably because Chris already has kids. And I think that relationship that he has with them is also complicated. And maybe she's trying to figure out if she does have a child with him, would that kind of end up in being, the same type of fiasco that he has with his other kids and other kids' mothers, right? A child is a lot of responsibility. You ain't lying, just simply. You ain't lying. That's why I don't want the motherfuckers. I'm trying to tell you. Get them kids away. All right, let's continue. Let's move forward. All right, so the next scene that we go to is Cherise and Robin. They meet up. And once again, Robin, I just want to say that this hair on you is looking good. Like, Robin, you is looking good. You definitely is giving me a good, bombshell tomboy type of tease. Like, you definitely are looking the part. Like, I think that Robin is like is a 10. All right, so Sharice says, you know, it's just so much stuff, going on. Robin asks her, how's your dating life? At this point, she says, I'm dating 2.5 people. She says she's dating 2 people, but one person she just hooks up with and has sex with. So she just dignifies that as like, a half of a person. So, Robin is laughing, and then we ask Robin the big question. So, well, Sharice does, but she's asking on behalf of the viewers because we all want to know, right? So not the bombshell tomboy. I mean, she is like Robin definitely does have a masculine energy, but she looks so feminine and she looks so. Y'all remember when Debrat had that album called like what the hell was it called? And she like switched it up and she basically went from looking like a stud, to looking like a whole like baddie out here. She was showing ass and everything else. Like y'all remember that? That's exactly what it's giving me. Well, I think it's called like unadulterated or unfiltered, unrestricted. I think that's the name of the album, Unrestricted. Yes, she does look more feminine, Jeremy. Yeah, like she really is. Like she's looking good. I'm loving her outfits this season, and I love what she wore to to the festivity. She wore like this real black and white printed overshirt and these tights. She is just looking really good. I don't know if she's just coming into herself, but this is a different Robin than the depressed, Robin that we seen last season. She came across very defeated, but this season it looks like she's coming back with the fire. Robin said that she ain't about to get fired, hoes, and y'all gonna learn that she belong on the show. She said, "Y'all gonna learn I belong on this show." She was serving it up this episode. She was serving it up. I can't hold it. I'm not gonna lie. All right, so she says that she is, and I'm talking about Robin now. Robin says that she is wanting to marry him, but she wants him to sign a prenup. I can't even say it funny enough. And Cherise looks at her like, "Bitch, like, did you sign one?" When you first got together, like, cause she's saying like, if you didn't sign it, don't try to switch up and make him sign one when you get remarried. That's not okay. But as soon as she said like, yeah, I did sign a prenup. Oh, Cherie's like, oh, okay, well, yeah, like he should be able to sign it, no problem, right? And then she says that she is now the breadwinner and she just wants to make sure that her assets are protected. She came into the relationship when he was a breadwinner, knowing that she cannot just fully depend on his income, nor was she about that life. And she signed a prenup that say that she would not get 50% of anything that he gets, from his job if they were to get divorced in that time frame, because she doesn't believe that a woman should just automatically get half of what somebody's earned because they didn't do that work. Now, Charisse disagreed. Of course she did, because she ended up getting half of whatever that man gave her. Like, me myself, I'm trying to figure that. I don't know. I can understand it. I would hate if I worked really hard and I got married and I'm just putting myself without the prenup. And I'm saying that we got married and you ended up cheating on me, and then I divorce you and then you take half. Like, I would lose my mind. Like, I would lose my mind at the thought that I have to give my money to somebody who been flipping and rubbing and doing it down. I don't want that. And we all know that one has had a very checkered past with being, monogamous in this relationship. So, sis, the last thing you want to do is have this man cheat on you and then you be over it, and you get out of the relationship, and then he gonna try to take half your assets. So I completely understand, and I agree with Robin once again, and I respect Robin for realizing that she does not deserve half of what Juan has done. But now that don't mean that I feel that way in every way. Now the women who sat there funded, this man, the women who sat there and supported him long nights, when he was going through mental struggles dealing with this job, and then we break up. Ain't no way I don't deserve something. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand that. I don't think you should walk away with nothing, but do I think that you should walk away with half? Like, if you weren't there, that he would not be where he's at? That's a whole nother thing. Like, if you truthfully are like the saving grace and what's kept him, on his stuff, and his job, then yeah, I can agree that you may deserve half. But those who like, you just coming into the relationship after he's already did everything, you do not deserve half if y'all break up in the future. Like, I don't believe that. Or unless you had something to do with the business dealings, like you've got him some deals, or you were a lawyer on some of it. Like, I can understand that. But if you were not, like, baby, you do not deserve 50%. And I know a lot of y'all women feel like y'all do, and y'all feel like y'all do until y'all ass have to give up 50%. Then every time the man is a bitch ass nigga, right? Cause I've heard that way too many times. The women get 50%, and it's always, go sis, take that money, get that money, sis, get that money, take that money, sis. But as soon as it's a man getting that money, all of a sudden he's a bitch, right? And I'm just saying, I don't like the double standard. I don't like the double standard. Mm-mm. I don't like it. So give me a second. All right. So at this point, they bring up Ashley, and she basically tells Charisse that Ashley is having a divorce. Oh, not having a divorce, is filing for a divorce. Not having a divorce, but she's moving in with him. They're buying a house together. Charisse says that she thinks she's doing this for attention, and maybe they need to give her some attention. Robin says, but she get attention on TikTok. She don't understand why she would do this to try to get attention from everybody. And I do low key feel like Ashley knows that she needed a storyline, especially because Nicki Minaj blasted her on the last on the last reunion that she didn't really contribute much to the show that season. So I figured that she came in and she knew that she needed to shake it up. So she's going to talk about a divorce, even though she's not even fully sure if she's ready to even go through with that. But the fact that she's going to bring it up is going to make her the center and have to explain everything. But even when she has to explain everything, it's not going to make sense because she's truthfully not ready to divorce him, but she's doing this because she needed a storyline, which could be another possibility, right? I mean, I think she knew that like the magnifying glass was going to be on her this season, because Nicki Minaj really did put her on the spot and say that she did not contribute anything to that season, and all she been doing for the last 2.5 seasons is having babies and trailing by. And that's true. Ashley has not been giving us much. I mean, she was messy, but I feel like everybody on the show is messy to some degree, right? I'm all for double standards. We still live under an oppressive patriarchy. And patriarchy, we think we will rethink the have. Okay. Okay, I guess. Anyway, I don't have anything to say on that. All right, so the next scene that we go to is Mia's scene. All right. And Mia is showing us around her new home. She has moved to Potomac. She's neighbors with she's neighbors with Karen. And but look, y'all, she didn't buy this house. She's renting it. And guess how much she's renting it for? $10,000 a month. What the are you thinking? Why would you move from the place that you were at just to go to a place for rent and then pay 10,000 per month? I really hope that your contract gonna get renewed after this, sis, because if it's not, you in a world full of hurt, because you already let us know that the family pushed y'all out of the business. So what the hell you gonna get money to be buying $10,000 a month houses, right? But like I'm so confused. Now you saying that you don't like, they locked y'all out of the bank accounts, they locked y'all out of this, they locked y'all out of that. How are you gonna pay for this, my Mia? Guess you're gonna have to go down there to the Players Club again, put on your ball gown, and jiggle them things, because baby, the funds look like they're gonna be stopped up for a minute. I'm just gonna be honest with you. And 10,000 a month just to move to Potomac, with not even knowing if you were going to be on the show for another season, because even up until the reunion, they don't know when they're coming back. They don't know if they're coming back. And I'm not talking about the show itself. I'm talking about each housewife. Like they find out after the reunion. So sis, you don't even know. And you completely moved your life down there to do this? Okay. Anyway. But y'all, so her family is there. I don't know if she's doing like a family get together or whatever it is. But her mom, they're back on the mend. So I'm happy to see that. Y'all know her mom, be cutting up and and be leaving and just be leaving the kids in an apartment by themselves after she gets into it with her husband, and she's over the job. So she's just gonna leave the kids in a house by themselves. And I guess the kids is gonna have to make do with what they got. I'm still shocked that this lady left those kids in the house by themselves and stormed away and went home. And Mia had to hurry and rush back to the house. Like, she wouldn't be nowhere than my damn kids. And all of this is because we were asking. She wanted to know what they could eat. Like, that was wild to me. But anyway, her mom starts to ask her about the diagnosis. And right as she starts to ask about the diagnosis, Mia's like, what are you talking about? And then I think Mia has to remember her lie. So then Mia says, yeah. So and this is my Mia impression. So they said that I'm sorry. So they said that it's gonna be a disease and it's traveling in my lungs or whatever, but like don't worry about it. And I'm up here like, what the hell do you mean don't worry about it? You literally just tell this lady that you have a disease and they said that it's traveling to your lungs, but you're don't worry about it? Like what are you talking about? It's obvious that you really want her to worry about it. It's obvious that some part of Mia is doing this for attention, and I feel like that's real low. If nothing was ever wrong with you, and you're just playing a game, and you're just doing all of this to get attention and to provide a storyline like that, you are really disgusting. Like you're really disgusting. And did y'all notice? And did y'all notice how literally Giselle and Robin were literally saying the same thing that I was saying about Kimmy? And about like these vague posts that just pour in attention and you basically allude to something, but you don't say exactly what it is. And we don't know if you're okay. And if you're not okay, do you have it? Do you don't have it? See, it like that's exactly what I was saying. Like Mia and Kimmy are doing the exact same things. Like Kimmy, like it's almost like Kimmy took the page out of Mia's book and just said, okay, well, I'm just gonna sit here and I'm just gonna say, I'm going through something. Pray for me. So I don't really know. But Mia says that, she got her results back yesterday. It's going into her lungs. And I necessarily wasn't really understanding what the hell she meant that it was going into her lungs. I was like, what's going into your lungs? Because you said it was two lumps in your breast. And they're trying to get a sample of it for a biopsy. But how now will they know that it's spreading to your lungs? I was like, is it cancer or is it not? What are you talking about, me? Like, what is going on? I'm so confused. If you're playing about this, prepare to get your ass ripped apart because this is not a game, Mia. You cannot sit here and play these games. What is wrong with you? Is this cancer? Are these hiccups? Is it gas trapped in your chest? Sometimes that happens to me and I gotta punch my chest a couple of times to get the burp out. But what is it? What is spreading to me is lungs? What's spreading to the lungs, y'all? Because she said that it's not cancer, but it's spreading to her lungs. I hope that y'all don't think because I'm laughing at a potential cancer diagnosis. I'm just laughing at the inconsistencies in Mia's story. It's not making sense to me. Anyway, let's move on. So Karen ends up arriving. Her pants is unzipped. She was giving the Black Bill Gates that cootie cat in the jacuzzi or whatever they have or that they driven in to come there probably. Anyway, so she's zipping up her pants. She goes in there. The family is just so excited to see her. You can tell that they're fans of the show. And they're all hugging Karen. Karen just wants to know what are some funny moments or some weird or quirky moments that Mia had growing up. I guess she wanted to see behind this fabulous, glamorous facade that Mia wants to portray. And she wants to see, what did she do? as she was growing up. So they said she was able to make this monkey sound. She was able to make this monkey sound. So like they're looking at her, and all of a sudden Gordon asked her to like go ahead and make the monkey sounds. And I was like, no, absolutely not. Don't you? I was like, if you bet not. I was like, you bet not get on national television as a black woman making monkey sounds. They will use that for a meme for the rest of our lives. Do not do this. And of course, she ended up doing it. And baby, did she sound like a damn monkey? Absolutely. I didn't know if I for a minute, because the sounds were so crisp and real. I didn't know whether I was in my room watching Real Housewives of Potomac or whether I went to a safari experiment inside of Africa, or if I was watching The Lion King. The monkey sounds was so realistic. I was like, she's been doing this a while. But I just hope that the racists don't take this the wrong way, and think that they can start saying some stuff. I just don't think that it was a smart thing to do. But then again, why can't us as black people do things that make us laugh without having to worry about what white people think? But I'm just saying that I don't know if I would have gotten on national television and started making monkey sounds. Maybe it's just me. But yeah, so we move on from that scene, right? But once again, like Mia, don't let these people set you up to make monkey sounds again. Especially when they already saying that you got big feet and big hands and a big face and a big body and a big, just big. The last thing you want to do is do monkey sounds on top of that. You don't want these people to mistake you for a Yeti up in here. All right, so let's move on. So the next scene that we go to is Wendy. Wendy meets up with Peter. Peter for Peter. I don't know if y'all watch Kaya. Kaya be like for Peter. Anyway, she meets up with Peter at bar 1, or as Phaedra like to call it, bar 9. So she meets up with him there, and we go to her confessional. And I don't know, maybe it's me, but the way that Wendy is speaking in this episode is a little bit off. I don't know if she sounds sedated or she sounds a little bit drunk, but I don't know. Her personality has changed. So she's up there like, I just want to put it out there that that Peter walked up to me and he asked me to to partner up on a club. We're trying to make a Niger club or a Nigerian club, and we're gonna see how that happens. So he goes and tells this woman, after he explains that they can make a lot of money and profit off of this, possibly 8 figures. He wants to put up 1.5 million. He says that he wants her to have 30%, or I think 20%. And he says that means that she would need to put down $300,000, hoping that this works. $300,000. Now, I can see $3 giving it to $30. I could give to Peter 35, maybe 300. I maybe just stretching it with 3,000. But baby, I would never hand Peter $300,000 a day in my damn life. As soon as you hand him that money, that nigga moving to Mexico. Peter's scamming ass is not gonna confuse me. This dude is not no dignified businessman. He out here scamming, not paying people, and running around. Where do you live, Peter? Do you live in DC? Do you live in North Carolina? Do you live in Atlanta? Why are you on every single Bravo show? Like why won't you let it go? Let it go, Peter. Get off of our TV screens. We do not want to see you. And then he's gonna ask for drinks, trying to sound cool, talking about I take a couple shots of that something. And I'm gonna be like, you're not cool, Peter. You're not. Like, pay Cynthia back her money. While you trying to sit here and look like you're running things inside of this this failing establishment. I remember they had showed the bar 1 on one of these shows. I can't remember if it was on Ready to Love or Love and Marriage DC, but it was completely empty and nobody was in there. Like, you can hear the echoes of them talking as they entered, because it was a desolate waiting area for close down. But Wendy, be dumb if you want to. Be a dumbass if you want to. Don't let that man get your money, because he definitely is gonna fuck the money up. But so I'm telling me, Eddie is not about to let that man get no damn $300,000 damn dollars. She is not about to give him no 300,000. I don't care what she says. This is a storyline. As soon as he said 300,000, I knew it was fake, because who would even trust Peter with $3, 3 cents at least? Like, Wendy, get out of my face with this. You're not about to get this man three. That made me mad. I'm not gonna. It made me mad. I was like, what are we watching? And then she's up there she's saying, I'm doing this and I'm doing this, and she says that Peter had he is a successful businessman. I was like, bitch, where? I was like, the liens, the debt, him permanently on the run from the bill collectors. I was like, how is this man a good businessman? I was like, thank God she got Eddie. Thank God she got Eddie, because although Wendy may be smart, something tells me Wendy is a little bit naive to how pimping goes on, because he was gonna run you up that money, then disappear, and then try to say it was a loss. Then he gonna also tell her that she wouldn't see any profit for the first 2 years. I was like, first 2 years you don't get any profit, and you out of $300,000. I was like, if you do that, I was like, Wendy, you better cut up on this show, because if you get this man $300,000, he definitely ain't gonna get that back. You gonna have to work for that. Anyway, let's move on. So Ashley meets up with her family. She goes up to their house, and she's saying that now that she's divorced, she's really happy that she gets to reconnect with her family, because she obviously felt that before she had to basically choose between her family or Michael. Then they did a flashback of Uncle Lump, eating eating Michael's ass up for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, when he got exposed for cheating. The uncle held him accountable like a real uncle should. And after that, I think Michael got salty, and I guess the communication between Ashley and her family got a little bit frayed. But now they're back on the mend, because Ashley is, quote unquote, getting a divorce, and she says that when she gets her house, that she's really excited about them coming over to visit. Now they start to ask her about this divorce. She brings up the fact that they're still going to be buying a house. The uncle wants to know if she has a lawyer. She says no. He's drawing up, talking about Michael is drawing up some documentations to do an offer, and he's up there saying, and I'm talking about the uncle now. The uncle is saying, why would you not have a lawyer? Why would you put your life into this man's hands? Like, he can literally seal your life away if he wanted to legally. It would be foolish of you not to get a lawyer. What type of life are you trying to live? Like, he was making her sound dumb as hell. Then she's gonna get irritated, so she's gonna say, I'm just getting used to this. This is all new. I'm new to this, so I'm trying to figure out how to move around and, process this. And I'm saying, that's fine, Ashley. And I understand that. But if that's the way you feel and you're not sure about being divorced, then stop telling people that you're separated and filing for divorce. You can't get mad when they start to ask about what your plans are. You cannot get mad at that, because it would be a fool of somebody not to make sure, especially when you're dealing with somebody slippery and slimy as that Lord Voldemort lookalike Michael. It's like, when you're getting in the beds with him, he could slip and slide and do anything. And then you're going to be owing him for the next 18 years. You don't know. So at the end of the day, you should definitely listen to your uncle. But something tells me Ashley is going to do it her own way. And I just hope what we said earlier was true, that Ashley is indeed doing this just to get some type of thing over on Michael. I hope that she is just not being stupid like this. I would hate that. I would hate that. My spirit would reject it. Honestly, it would. Now, let's move on, child. So the next scene that we go to is basically Giselle asking her children about the what was it like about her outfit. She's trying to pick a outfit for the spring back to spring party. So at this point, she's putting out all of these ugly ass outfits. Her daughters are looking at her with disgust. And I was saying, it's so funny how the daughters could really mirror what the audience is thinking, because when she pulled out that red jumpsuit, almost threw up. I was like, that red jumpsuit is ugly. I can already imagine how boxy she'll be built, that she'll look inside of the damn jumper. I was like, throw this. Oh, where does Giselle get her clothes? Who designed this stuff and why? Like a lot of the shit that Giselle be wearing, I usually think I'm saying like Giselle, like somebody designed this and sewed it together and put it on some type of clothing line, because it literally looks like bed sheets, right? Like Giselle cannot dress, but her daughters pick out this floral thing, or like it looks like floral, but like I think it was just like a whole bunch of dots, multicolored. And it did look like spring. It definitely gave me spring, kind of spring fall, but I can understand spring. Giselle ends up calling Robin. She talks to Robin, asks Robin, what is a spring to spring party? What does that look like? Robin says, anything that's in your closet. And I'm saying that at this point, Robin is trying to set you up. Giselle, do not pick anything in your closet. Giselle, nothing in your closet is spring in the spring. Nothing in your closet is in any type of season. Do not let Robin set you up to get dragged. Okay, Robin, you know damn well that you cannot tell Giselle to go pick out what she needs to wear by her damn self. How dare you? You say you are. Is this your friend or not? Is this your homegirl or not? Are you trying to set her up or not? Let me know. Because anyway, so they ask about the invitations that Karen sent. Karen sent like these tacos into like some type of, I don't know, like it was like a taco in there with some other shit. And I was like, what is this? I can't really tell what we're watching, but Robin decided to take one of the tacos and eat it. And at this point, Candace, I guess they had received the invitations at the same time. And Candace is literally freaking out. She was like, spit that out now, spit it out. Like Candace sounded exactly like me, because I was saying the same thing. I was like, Robin, spit that stuff out of your mouth right at. I was like, see, now you convincing us that you are part Caucasian, because you said that you were when the show first came on, but doing that lets me know that you got some white swimming in there. Just some type of, ain't no way I'm eating something out of out of some cardboard box that came through the mail that's not wrapped up in any plastic. No, I'm not doing that. I refuse. I was real shocked that Robin did that, but they say that they get off the phone. Now the next scene that we go to is everybody meeting up at the spring fling party, right? Karen is looking really nice. Her friend is there. I think I saw Riley Knox. She's a I won't say she's famous, but I do think that she's well known in the DC area. She is a transgender woman, very beautiful. But she was there. Um, who else? Some other people there. Mia showed up, and Mia's looking good. Giselle showed up. She's looking good. And Giselle is talking with Karen, and they're discussing Ashley. Ashley walks up. Ashley, we saw her coming up from another scene, and she was she has like plated this plated type of I don't know if you want to call it plated or quilted jacket that she was hiding like this va 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 boom dress underneath. And she comes in there and she's saying, this is my spring in the spring. And she is looking good. Like Ashley is going up. Like she is gaining her superpowers back, right? So we see her come up, she sits and talks, and they start to ask her even more about the divorce. And Giselle says, I feel like you're lying to me. Ashley says that I'm not lying to you. I have no reason to. Like you, if anybody, you're the one I'm the most truthful with. And I was like, wow, you trust Giselle out of everybody here? I was like, you crazy. I was like, what type of pimp game does Giselle have to continuously have these women trusting her enough to have them around their husbands, their families, their personal business? Giselle, I wouldn't say one word to Giselle. And we again go into another explanation on what is happening in this relationship. So she says that she never said that she was not that she was not staying with Michael. She says that she's just separating. They said, you did say divorce. She was like, no, I didn't say divorce. I said, we're separating. They flash back. Yes, you did say divorce. Like, Giselle said, okay, you said divorcing. And Ashley is trying to change the story because, once again, I told y'all, Ashley is not sure if she is truthfully ready to get rid of Michael and go about her life. And she's not really ready to, to give up her lifestyle. Her confessional, the production is asking her, like, how much, how much would you need to live? And she says that, woo, I don't even know, because I don't even pay for anything now. And all I could think about was like, so we're gonna clown Candace for being born rich and her parents being able to afford her a upscale lifestyle, but you are effing like your husband, and he's just funding everything and you're doing nothing. But we shame one for the other, and I would never understand that. Why does all the black people that watch this show have such a problem with Candace having generational wealth? I feel like every black person wants every other one to have a struggle story. And I don't think that's the thing that we should be having anyway. Like, I don't like that we feel like we should be struggling. Like, struggle by your damn self. I don't want to struggle. I do not want to struggle. If I could skip and take the easy route, I'll take that. I don't feel like, more powerful by struggling. I don't feel more emboldened. I don't feel more resilient. I'd rather not test my resilience. I'd rather not have a moment when I have to be resilient. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have to bounce back from anything. I want to continuously be winning, and that is on that. And I want to have an easy life. What is wrong with that? Why can't we have an easy life? Why do we always got to be scratching and surviving? Hanging in a shower, good time. Like, why do we got to do that? Like, I'm not trying to be Florida Evans. Anyway, so Mia comes in, and at this point, Giselle walks up to Mia. And this is when I say Giselle is a fucking demon. Giselle walks up to Mia, and she says, oh my God, Mia. So this is what cancer but no cancer looks like? Boy, if I did not cackle from that, like that, what that had me tickled. I'm not gonna lie to you. But let's pause that scene real quick. Wendy, so when Wendy came in, she had saw Giselle sitting by herself. So she decides to go over and try to hug Giselle. Giselle's like, don't touch, no touching. Hi, I'm fine. Please go away. And Wendy walked away looking like a damn fool. What were you thinking, Wendy? Why would you go over to this girl and say all of this stuff? Why would you try to say hi to somebody who you literally destroyed last season? Like, you should have automatically known that she does not F with you. And I'm not saying that you didn't have any right to do what you did. You definitely did. She was definitely trying to comfort your marriage. But I'm saying that you shouldn't go and try to hug her. Like, why are you doing this? And she made you look dumb, and you had to walk away with your arms open, looking stupid. Don't do that again. If you're gonna beef with a girl, keep the same energy, please. Don't think because a new season has came that the feelings are gone. It's like, no, this is real life. This is real life. You told her that she had low self-esteem, that she's a bad example for her daughters, and that she accepts men back after cheating on her. And wow, look at your daughter, see that example. Like, girl, you should have known that she was not messing with you. But I do hope in the future y'all can come together and make bygones be bygones. But until then, please do not go over to that lady and try to give her a hug, please. Because it's definitely giving fake and fraudulent. And I was definitely disappointed. I was like, Wendy, don't make me not like you, okay? I really love Wendy and Candace. Don't change that, Wendy. Okay? You already on thin ice with the Peter stuff, because you know damn well Peter is now who you need to go into business with. Now you trying to give Giselle hugs? Child. Not the BBL going to her brain, child. Anyway, so fast forward to back what I was talking about. They start to ask, Mia, what's going on? Why are you making these posts? And Giselle says, like, as a friend, I'm just letting you know, it's kind of giving, look at me, and why are you doing that? Then Robin comes up, Mia looked like she was very happy to see Robin. And Robin, like, she was very happy to see her. I was like, oh, not the lesbianics of it all. Anyway, I'm just kidding. Just playing. Anyway, so they go back into the conversation and they're asking, why would you do that? And she was like, I had a purpose. I did it for a purpose. And they said, what was the purpose? She said, because I was hurting. And then she goes into this big explanation about how she's been in the hospital in and out and she's been going through it and this is the hardest time of her life and how effing dare you. And then that's where the episode ends, y'all. They like this episode was jam-packed with some the girls are doing the damn thing. I think that everybody's going to be coming back again next season. I don't think nobody's going to. I think they might even make Jacqueline a part of the season. Let me also say this. So while they're all questioning, actually, I don't know if this is a part of the episode or if this is a part of next episode, because I did watch a sneak peek and it's going to be continuing the same conversation. And I think I heard Jacqueline speaking up on behalf of Mia, and then Wendy literally looked at her and said, hi, I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but who are you again? And she says, I'm Jacqueline. I'm her best friend. And then Wendy was like, oh, okay, because I didn't know. My bad. Not trying to be rude. I was like, Wendy is hilarious. Anyway, y'all. That's the end of the review. I really hope y'all love the content. I really hope y'all like the review. I really hope y'all like the video. And please share this. Like I'm really trying to get my, my Bravo, subscriber base up. All right. Because I'm trying to move into Bravo stuff because I'm not going on that sinking shit with the own network. Absolutely not. Okay, so I love every single one of y'all, and I hope that y'all have a beautiful, beautiful rest of y'all day. Okay, and I really do plan on doing the same. Y'all out there, don't be hunching on people without putting on no mask. Okay, bye.